I'm going to assume you're an MSP curious about adding PC Powersave to your company's product stack. In which case, hello, I'm here to answer some questions, and hopefully you'll conclude that the answer is yes, we want to try this out and get it rolled out. Things we're normally asked. Okay, so PC Powersave is agent-based. It's an executable that we will provide to you through the web-based control panel. You download the exe, you roll it out to your customers through a single command generally, and that will get the software talking to the web-based control panel so you can configure it and monitor it. That's how it's all done. Next, no, we do not do Apple Macs. They're already really energy efficient, and we also recommend avoiding installing PC Powersave on servers. We do not want to mess around with servers. We're here for desktops and laptops. That's where our focus is. Next, yes, you can put PC Powersave on an Azure virtual desktop, but it's here to save power. And you won't save much power on a virtual desktop. Most of the stuff we do affects the hardware. There are a few user-facing elements, but there's not really much point putting it on Azure virtual desktops. Next, the software has two modes, Analyze and Optimize. I'll tell you about each one by one. Analyze mode will look at the hardware. It will look at the boot up and shutdown times. It will look at how much idle time the computer has and what software is installed and what CPU usage is happening per 15 minutes. It will take all of this data and it will figure out how much power that machine consumes. Now, why is that important? Because it'll also figure out how much power your machine consumes that it shouldn't be consuming, how much wastage there is. Now, why would you need that? It's so you can go to your customers in your QBRs and you can say, hello customer, I notice that you are overspending by this much money. And if you purchased PC Powersave, we could eliminate that wastage. That's what the product's all about. It will, in Analyze mode, which is free, it will analyze the machine and tell you what you could save. Optimize mode, that is where energy savings will be made. Purchasing it means you can switch on Optimize mode. That will implement lots and lots of little changes across the computer. And I'm not talking massive in-your-face things like halving the speed of the CPU or anything. We do lots and lots of tiny changes, hence why our logo is an ant. Lots and lots of tiny changes all across the computer system make a big impact when added all together. That's the whole point of the product. The most user-facing part of the software, the most obvious, is where it'll pop up on your screen at the end of the working day, or half an hour after the end of the working day, whatever time you configure, and it will say, are you still here? Are you still at work? And you can say, yes, I am, go away, or bother me again in 3 hours. But if you don't say anything for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever you configure, then it will hibernate your machine. So it uses zero power. It can also reboot the machine first for patches and then wait a few hours and then shut it down or hibernate it, whatever you choose. You don't have to hibernate. You could choose a full shutdown if you want to. That's okay. Every single time the software does something that saves energy, it logs it so that you can, as an MSP, you can go to the customer and you can say, do you remember that software that you agreed to buy so wisely last quarter? And they say yes. And you say, well, this is how much money it saved you. So essentially, you're continually justifying why they've bought the product in every single QBR. That's the whole point. And that's the other big question. I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. We are not here to slow the computer down. That is not the point of the software. A lot of people think Powersave and they assume CPU throttling. That's not what we're all about, okay? So that's really important. It's doing things like making sure the computer is configured for energy efficiency. Because out the box, most of them aren't. You can access some settings in Microsoft Power Management, but you can access far more with PC Powersave. So those are the main questions that I generally get asked. If there's anything else, I've already said it, but reach out to me using the contact form. If you'd like to use the product, if you'd like to purchase the product, hit the sign up. We are currently doing free onboarding. And onboarding is where you get in a Teams session with someone, probably me, and we will help you through the process. We will help you through configuring everything how you want it, rolling it out to that first few customers, enabling it and making the savings happen. That's what we will help you through. In the meantime, thank you so much for your kind attention. Happy energy saving.